Mahango National Park in the north of Namibia is part of the larger Warthog National Park. To the south, it borders onto Botswana, and the eastern boundary is the Okavango River, the waters of which are flowing to the famous Okavango Delta. This is the second day in Mahango. It has been raining quite a bit. It's still partly cloudy, which has an effect on the movement of the game, because water puddles everywhere disperses the game, and they do not have to come to a few water holes so often. So let's see what the day has in store for us. Kudus are browsers. Similar to other antelopes, female animals don't carry horns. During March, one finds many young animals in the company of their mother. The youngsters are born mostly during November. The feathers of the female ostrich are of a brown-grey color, whereas those of the male are black with white wing feathers. Both birds are intensely involved in raising their chicks. The young red Lechwe are most likely also born in November. Here a group of males of mixed ages. The females walk in all likelihood separate with a dominant buck. One comes often across warthogs grazing on their knees. The tusks and the skin folds or warts of this young female are not yet fully developed. A surprise is the yellow-backed vultures together with one marabou stork at a carcass. There are no lions in the Mahango National Park. There is a likelihood that this buck was killed by a leopard or died of natural causes. The carcass is no doubt that of a male red Lechwe. The horns, the white underbelly, and the black markings on the legs are clearly signs. A great egret on the hunt for small fish. Young fish prefer shallow waters where they are protected from larger predating fish. However, here they are not protected from kingfishers, egrets, herons and storks. It says a cow wearing a collar. Attached is surely a tracking device to monitor the movements of this species. The bull is still indulging, wallowing in the dust before fertilizing the soil. Also here, a calf walks with a mother. The calf is of beige color, which is a good camouflage when left behind in long and dry grass while the mother forages. Also with these zebras, the litter of the previous November is still walking with the mares. People often ask how the little ones can identify their mother in this confusing jumble of stripes. The stripes are unique and different for each zebra. The fowl learns at birth which pattern the mother has and memorizes it like a barcode. Blue wildebeest are walking often together with zebras. There's no competition when grazing, and the extra eyes assist in spotting predators such as lion or hyena. Also here the litter from November is with the mothers. They are relaxed and rest a lot, as there's ample supply of mother's milk on offer. Small birds tend to be in constant motion. Filming them is a big problem. No sooner has one lifted the heavy camera in position and finished the settings do they fly off. Now it is there, and now it is gone. However, the trick with the bee-eaters is to know that they tend returning to the same branch from which they took off. Giraffe, unique animals and a favorite of visitors to the national parks. Difficult to imagine that giraffe have got the same number of vertebrae in their neck like human beings. They don't seem to feel pain in their tongue when stripping off leaves from thorn bushes. Oxpeckers live exclusively off the ticks and parasites they find on animals. They fly like any other bird, but why flying when a comfortable way of transport is on offer? To go grazing is one thing, but to wait for mother's milk is another. That's how a herd of buffalo looks like after doing battle in mud. If one cannot reach one's back when it itches, then only a solid layer of mud will keep the parasites, flies and ticks away. Also in this herd one can spot young animals of last year's litter. One can spot only one lonely oxpecker. The others must have drowned in the mud. One cannot imagine a more descriptive name for this bird. A specialist in shallow waters where it forages for frogs, tadpoles, small fish and invertebrates. One can see the nostrils of this hippo pointing upward. This allows the animal to breathe while the eyes and ears are only just lifted above the water. The scar tissue seems to indicate that this is a bull, as they tend to fight most times. No reason why the wood sandpiper cannot forage for food in, yes, the woods. Also, this bee-eater would most likely return to the same twig, but in this case, it didn't demonstrate this. The heads of the Kudu cows are in the grass. This doesn't change the fact that they are browsers. In this case, Small bushes are growing in the grass and they feed on those. After a snack, one has to flush one's beak. Nothing can describe a keen hunter better than this squeco heron, watching what it does. Its neck appears short in relation to other herons, but is retracted and ready to strike. Sharp eyes are focused on a potential prey, and with careful steps it moves forward, then jumps to catch the prey. The black heron is a true artist, using its feathered wings to form a kind of dome. This way, it can cut out any reflection of the light on the water surface. Even the feathers on its head are used to close the smallest hole on the top of that dome. With the reflection gone, it can clearly see what is available deeper in the water. Here we can watch a champion full of tricks. Standing on one leg, it stirs in the water with the other leg to drive small fish and frogs into its open beak. Sometimes it uses additionally one wing to assist with the chase. Birds don't have hands with nimble fingers like us human beings or like apes. Their tools consist for the most of specially formed beaks, which are suitable for their way of hunting or eating. Good eyesight is essential as well. The African spoonbill has a uniquely formed beak which allows it to fish effectively for small fish and invertebrates.